Annyeonghaseyo and good afternoon. All right, I will begin in pleural effusion. So imagine a patient with a pleural effusion is a condition where fluid builds up in the chest, making it painful and very difficult to breathe. So to help them, doctor perform thoracentesis. This is a procedure to drain that fluid and must insert a needle into the chest to drain that fluid. So however, inserting a needle into the chest come with high risks like puncturing a lung or causing severe bleeding. That's why medical students must practice on mannequin first. But here's the problem. Existing training mannequins are very expensive and most importantly, they don't give real-time feedback. And if a student makes a mistake, they won't even know where or when it happened. That's why I'm created and proud to present Thorax. Thorax is a smart training mannequin with a real-time mistake alert system. So by integrating TTP223 capacitive touch sensor module with a buzzer, so Thorax provides instant sound alerts. The second a needle touches the wrong area, it pinpoints the exact location of the mistake, allowing trainees to learn and correct themselves immediately. And here is how mechanism works. So we consider the lung layer is rubbed in conductive copper foil, connect to the sensor and the buzzer. And I have created the needle carries a small electric charge or the battery. When a student incorrectly punctures too deep into the lung layer, the needle touches the copper foil, completing the circuit and instantly triggering an alarm. And we come back to the lung layer. Outside of the lung layer, we have the pleural space, fluid covered by the outer parietal pleural, allowing students to practice the exact entry technique safely. And this is flowchart showing the operation of the needle contact detection system to alert of error during the procedure. So when we begin, check the volume from the sensor and then check the pin position of the output device and then record the volume status of the left or right lung sensor and then the touch sensor receive a response from either the left or right lung. The message needle contact detect left or right lung is displayed, and the last one, the buzzer was instructed to emit a sound to send notification of the trainee to the trainee. As for testing the sensor's performance, I am currently measuring how its capacitance changes upon touch. The expected result should look like this graph. So for the first graph is analyze the changes in data transmission frequency of the RC oscillator within TTP223. You can see the x-axis represent the time elapsed since the program started, and the y-axis is frequency of the RC oscillator inside the TTP223 touch sensor. When touch is detected in the sensor, the RC oscillator frequency suddenly drops to a range of approximately 8 to 12 per second. This drop in RC oscillator frequency indicates an increase in the capacitance of the copper foil inside the sensor due to the addition of the parallel capacitance to the base capacitance. If this change exceeds a predetermined value, the module will immediately recognize a press or touch. So for the second graph, depict the analysis of changes in charging time and changes of the capacitance at the sensor via graph. The x-axis is the time that has elapsed since the program started, and the y-axis is the capacitance. Upon touch detection, there is a sudden surge in capacitance, signifying that the capacitance of the copper foil inside the sensor has increased. This occurs because parasitic capacitance is introduced and coupled with parallel with the inherent baseline capacitance. Once this change surpasses the default threshold, the internal RC oscillator frequency within the TTP223 plummet inversely to the capacitance, and the module instantly detects it as a touch. How about challenges? The first one is testing the flexibility and thickness of the artificial skin compared to real human skin. Next is measuring the amount of fluid that can fit in the space between the lungs and their outer lining. and then testing the performance of the circuit system in wet condition, and testing, evaluating the overall performance of the mannequin by medical professional. And here are application. First is to serve as a guide for improving assisting training mannequins to better meet practical needs and make training easier for doctor. And the last one is to build familiarity and accuracy for doctor performing thoracentesis procedure. Alright, this is conclusion from the data analysis. So we can aim in summary, thorax offer a safe, accurate, and affordable way for medical students to master thoracentesis, building their confidence before performing on real pattern. So for the future work, I hope that this procedural error notification system will be further developed and practical implement in medical school in the future. And the last one I want to say, it's better to make mistake during practice than to make mistake during the actual practice. Thank you.
But this is for practice only, right?
Yes, this is for practice.
Yeah. But when needle is in contact with the lung tissue or when it's in contact with the lung fluid, the resistance will be different. So not only for the training purpose, but for real medical procedure, I think the similar approach can be applied as well. So have you thought about this?
Can you repeat the question again, please?
Yeah. So this training mannequin is only for practice, right?
Yes.
But for real surgery or for real medical procedure, I think the similar approach also can be applied. Like when needle is in contact with the fluid or when it's actually touching the tissue, lung tissue, yes. The resistance at the end of the needle will be different.
Yes, exactly. Right now, this project is in the process because I'm just build the system. I'm not build the mannequin exactly. So my purpose is to build the system to notification the medical student. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for your presentation. The title is included in to improve accuracy. So, do you have any data for accuracy? I mean, without this and with this, compare the accuracies.
From the challenges, From the challenges, right now I'm build a system that when the needle contact with the copper foil that fill the lung, it will alert for medical student. But in the future, I will develop put LED on it. So right now I have only buzzer for alert by sound. But in the future, I will put the LED to alert by light.